Headquarters, 1st Cavalry Brigade, 1st Division. Camp near Catlets, Virginia. August 24th, 1863. Captain, I have the honor to submit the following report of the part taken by this brigade in the several engagements with the enemy from June 28th to July 31st last, in accordance with orders from Division Headquarters. To Captain T.C. Bacon, Assistant Adjutant General, 1st Cavalry Division. Near Gettysburg, PA, July 1st. About 8 o'clock on the morning of the 1st instant, while in camp at the seminary building, the officer commanding the squadron on picket in front gave me notice that the enemy, consisting of infantry and artillery, in column, were approaching his pickets from the direction of Cashtown, with deployed skirmishers in strong force about 3 miles distant. This information was immediately communicated to the general commanding the division, who ordered my command to be in immediate readiness to fight the enemy. My brigade, consisting of the 8th New York, 8th Illinois, 3 squadrons of the 3rd Indiana, and 2 squadrons of the 12th Illinois Cavalry, about 1,600 strong, with Tidball's battery, 2nd U.S. Artillery, was placed in line of battle about 1 mile in front of the seminary, the right resting on the railroad track, and the left near the Middletown or Fairfax, Fairfield road. The Cashtown road being a little to the right of the center, at right angles with the line. 3 squadrons, part dismounted, were ordered to the front, and deployed as skirmishers to support the squadron on picket, now being driven back by the enemy's artillery and skirmishers. Our battery of 6 3-inch rifled guns was placed in battery, one section on each side of the Cashtown road, covering the approaches of the enemy, and the other section on the right of the left regiment to cover that flank. The enemy cautiously approached, in column, on the road, with 3 extended lines on each flank, and his and our line of skirmishers became engaged, and our artillery opened on the enemy's advancing column, doing good execution. The enemy moved forward, 2 batteries opened on us, and a sharp engagement of artillery took place. In a short time we were, by overpowering numbers, compelled to fall back about 200 yards to the next ridge, and there make a stand. In the meantime, our skirmishers, fighting under cover of trees and fences, were sharply engaged, did good execution, and retarded the progress of the enemy as much as could possibly be expected, when it is known they were opposed by 3 divisions of Hill's corps. After checking and retarding the advance of the enemy several hours, and falling back only about 200 yards from the first line of battle, our infantry advance of the 1st Corps arrived and relieved the cavalry brigade in its unequal contest with the enemy. In the afternoon, the enemy, being strongly reinforced, extended his flanks and advanced on our left in 3 strong lines to turn that flank. The general commanding division ordered my brigade forward at a trot and deployed in line on the ridge of woods, with the seminary on our right. Half of the 8th New York, 3rd Indiana, and 12th Illinois were dismounted and placed behind a portion of a stone wall and under cover of trees. The enemy being close upon us, we opened a sharp and rapid carbine fire, which killed and wounded so many of the first line of the enemy that it fell back upon the second line. Our men kept up the fire until the enemy in overwhelming numbers approached so near that in order to save my men and horses from capture, they were ordered to mount and fall back rapidly to the next ridge, on the left of the town, where our artillery was posted. The stand which we made against the enemy prevented our left flank from being turned, and saved a division of our infantry. My brigade fought well under disadvantageous circumstances against a largely superior force. Every officer and soldier did his duty. The list of casualties is large, but could not be less, considering the position we occupied. Major Lemon, 3rd Indiana, was mortally wounded, since dead. Lieutenant Conroe, 12th Illinois Cavalry, killed. Captain Fisher and Lieutenant Voss, same regiment, wounded. Captain Follett, 8th New York, severely wounded. Captain Martin, 3rd Indiana, wounded. Captain Morris, 8th Illinois Cavalry, serving on my staff, was wounded, and one of my orderlies killed. Tidball's horse battery, under Lieutenant Califf, attached to my brigade, was worked faithfully, did good execution, and fully sustained its former high reputation. This brigade had the honour to commence the fight in the morning and close it in the evening. William Gamble, Colonel, commanding 1st Brigade, 1st Cavalry Division.